Hey sailors, welcome to the crew. I'm Sealord Janda, and this is my Let's Play of Rule the Waves 3 as the United States. In the last episode, we managed to eject France from Tsingtao, but we now find ourselves at war with Britain as well, as the fighting moves into Southeast Asia, where France is trying to take Annam, and well, we're hoping to repulse that invasion and then push back and eject them from the Pacific entirely, along with Britain.
Cruiser action. Well, it'd be nice if we would get our battle cruiser in the cruiser action, fingers crossed, but we should be able to fight it even without. Despite their, when I said we were invading Hong Kong earlier, I meant Kwang Chuan, but yeah. Okay. I don't see our battlecruiser, but I do see our carrier squadron, so that's not exactly a cruiser action, but oh, there's our battlecruiser. So we have USS Oriskany, and we have the carriers Franklin D. Roosevelt, Wasp, Kearsarge, Yorktown, and the battleship Arizona, currently sailing in extremely close proximity to USS Yorktown. What you doing there, guys? Wow, this is a lot of zoom. This is the maximum. This is as much as I can zoom. It's not exactly detailed at a close zoom, but I mean, you can see the full ship models, which is interesting. Anyway. Besides that, we have a couple of light cruisers, a bunch of destroyers, and then we have a dedicated cruiser force of sorts over here with USS Chester, Louisville, and Houston. Yes, very close escort. That's a fair description from me. Oh, and there's USS Flint. Well, is 4 carriers actually what we have, or are there more hiding somewhere? No, it's 4. Okay. 4 is good. I mean, that's 400 aircraft? 408 aircraft, technically speaking. Yeah, that's true. Technically. They are C's, but, okay, well, there's something down there. I guess we head that way with the heavy cruiser division. I don't suppose there's any chance I can detach these from those, huh? You know what? Your new lead formation is the first heavy cruiser division. Why? I don't know. But it is. Have fun. No? You will come over to the heavy cruisers? You're a screen for the heavy cruiser division. Get over here. They will not. Okay. We're just gonna have to depend on 2CV, 4CA, 5CL, 3DD. There's carriers somewhere down here. Alright, let's get ourselves spotted for this. Attack. And throw in some escorts, because apparently we can afford it. Not a whole bunch, but we have the capacity for a few. Should help with the cap. Let's see, you're carrying... What is L? Oh, light. Yes, no, that makes sense. You're on escort duty. That's fine. You're carrying missiles. Yeah, as long as the missiles hold out, we might as well start with those. Ready. Carrier Division 9. Prep the strike. Yeah, they don't really let you, they don't have the most updated, designations, as it were. I mean, obviously you still can build DDGs, they just don't call them that, but yeah, it would be nice if they did start being called that at some point. You can't really build destroyer leader. Well, no, you really can't. Pretty much at every point in the game, it's best to build the, like, biggest size of destroyer that's available, mostly, so yeah. Although you could build cruisers that are basically destroyer leaders, I just always think they're kind of terrible, but covered but not submerged torpedo tubes with limited swivel and less top load add. Are those a real thing? Well, I'm not an absolute naval architecture expert. Probably are. I guess it doesn't take... Oh, hey, the battleships have actually decided to come over here. Oh, also, we've spotted the enemy. And they are only, about 30 nautical miles away from our carriers, so I'm not too happy about that, but, at least Alabama and Oriskany decided to detach from the carriers and come down here. How's the strike coming? Not ready. Get ready faster. Missiles have begun flying. Okay. Target that. Hopefully it's really a CL. Fire. Might be a destroyer. But it is doing the spotting for their fleet, so whatever it is, we're going to destroy it. Aegis class has 2 triple tubes with light torps that basically look out of... Oh, yeah, that's pretty clever, actually. Those actually, no, those are not CVs, those are CLs. Fine. Oh, and they're British. Oh, I forgot they'd be combining fleets now. Okay. Oh, that was a Berwick-class CA that we just wrecked with those missiles. That's good, then. We picked a good target. This is very much a cruiser engagement so far, but here come USS Alabama and Oriskany. Now, in fairness, Britain does have surface gun capital units, but I don't think any of them are out here yet. Probably they'll show up, but alright. Looks like Chester, Louisville, and Houston are absolutely beating up on Terpsichore and Pelorus down here. What we need to do is we need to batter our way past their cruisers and get to their carriers. Are we ready? We are. Your target is this formation, whatever it is. Exceeds deck load. It didn't 2 seconds ago. What are you talking about? Oh. Well, I don't want to... Hold on. There we go. It was selecting the cap or something for some weird way? I don't know. Dusk? It's only 1,300. Why would they land at dusk for a target? I don't think they're going to land at dusk. I think they're lying to me. It's 1,300 and the strike target is literally... like barely outside visual range for the carriers. It's all 30 miles away. I think we'll probably be okay. Huh. Yeah. Armament treaty games can be fun. Depending how they roll out. You just have to be prepared to accept them in advance and work with the interesting limitations. Okay. Damn, it's practically all British ships here, actually. There's 2 Sutlej class and a Donegal class heavy cruiser there. Which, these are all 8-inch gun ships. Okay. That kind of confirms we're not launching at the carriers, but we'll make do. Let's target, I don't know, one of them randomly. The lead one, I guess. And let's all fire. Those of you who didn't fire at him, maybe fire at him. Okay, our lead formation has pulverized their lead formation pretty efficiently. We are going to make a turn to port. Right? Yeah. And hopefully cut off the head of their formation before they can bully Flint and Amsterdam out of existence. Oh, and here come Alabama and Oriskany. No, Congress just decided to... Oh, that's a harsh tonnage limit, yeah. for anything post-World War I, anyway. Okay, we're a little close to... They are? Annoying how easy it is for them to find my carriers. Bloody impossible to find their carriers. I mean, they're around here somewhere, not that far away, but they're probably over here, yeah. Well, oof. Damn, Murray, what happened? One missile instantly obliterated you, huh? Well, oh, and it was from the carrier escort group. Okay, well, pick up what survivors you can. Yeah. I think it's safe to say this cruiser squadron... This cruiser squadron is probably ceasing to exist right about now. I don't quite think they have enough AA to hold off this airstrike. Probably. To be fair, they're all still floating, but the fires will really wreak some havoc, and I'm guessing most all of them have radar and such out, and they'll be sitting ducks for our cruisers to finish off if they are still afloat. Alright. I think the airstrike did its job. Some of the light cruisers are still going just fine, to be fair, although these are the types with 10 5-inch guns, or some of them have 16, but any light cruiser with 5-inch guns, you'll forgive me if I'm not quaking in terror. Alright, the Donegal and Sutlej there are definitely dead. The other Sutlej is still moving, but it's not happy about it. Oh good, I can actually take command of the battle division. Let's get into a line, please. Now, if we can find the carriers... Yeah. Let's see. Last report had the Well, that's not accurate. It's an hour ago, so maybe... Well... No, actually, it's only... Is there a time zone changeover right here? There is, isn't there? I guess only over here. Oh, that's really weird, actually. Why does it go back and then forward again? Okay. Oh, is that just ETA? Wait, why is it only in increments of an hour, then? I don't actually quite understand what that reflects. It is just ETA, but why is it only in 1 hour increments? Well, anyway. What's Zulu time? That's what it actually... Confusingly, that's all it ever displays in the reports is Zulu time, and then it only displays local time down here. But here's Zulu time. Okay. Sorry for the distraction there. This report was allegedly 25 minutes ago. The carriers are clearly not here. CA. Any of the others that mentioned carriers are really old, mostly. I'm guessing they're over this way somewhere, though. Yeah. Few of them are getting away, including that... I don't think she's actually gonna live, but she's limping away for now, anyway. The rest of the fleet is gonna keep heading this way, I think, in hopes that we can find those carriers. Although something should probably finish off those remaining cruisers, really, but... Sure, pick up plenty of survivors. I don't think it's going to be a problem. Well, you three are a little crazy. Oh! Hello there. What are you? Hard to starboard. That looks promising. I bet you that's them. Do we have anybody ready for another strike? A few of you, yes. And you even have enough you even have enough missiles to keep launching. I feel like we ran out very early before. Okay, yes, you're on escort duty. You're on escort duty. Ready? And... what happened to... What happened to the other carrier in this formation? I didn't see any messages that told me there was a problem. What's the matter with, which one is that? It was in the other formation. Kearsarge, Yorktown... Oh, wait, Wasp is... Why is Wasp detached? Okay, well... Ready your airstrike anyway. The target, incidentally, is down here. Now the AI, as I've criticized recently, does not actually build very fast carriers. So there's a reasonable chance we can run them down on the surface. A lot of the French carriers, although I guess these are probably British, a lot of the French carriers only make 29 knots. Some do better, but some also only make 28. British carriers also, some of them make 30 or 31 even. Oh, that's a light cruiser. Some of them make 30, but a lot of them only make 29 knots also. And my heavy cruisers all make 30, so maybe. Realistically, the airstrike will probably catch them before we do, but any chance they're in range for missiles? Actually, yes. It's probably not... Oh, what? I guess that's fair. Get closer so you can not be in a problematic position then. You're a light cruiser. Can't you do 32 knots? I think you can. What happened to you? It's a lot of structural damage. From 2 8-inch hits, a missile explodes, fire started. Yeah, that's the risk of those. At least she didn't burn to death. Okay, those are probably not... Well... Be a heck of a misidentification, really, at only 20,000 yards, if those are carriers. We might just be wrong, but... Right, that one now, all of a sudden, we're starting to think some of these are CVs. I'm sure some of them are cruisers, but... I bet you there's a carrier or two in there. True, I suppose it doesn't happen if you fire most of them off at the start. I don't think that's a CV, but can we hit it? Damn it. Who cares if you hit friendly ships? It's our heavy cruisers are too much in the line of attack. These might not even be the carriers. It might just be... light cruisers or something running, but at this point we're pretty committed to chasing them, so we're going to go ahead and flatten them regardless. Ready? Launch. Ready? Oops. Launch. Ready? Launch. Okay. Well, whatever they are, they're gonna die. There we are. One. Oh, it's just one carrier, apparently. Or maybe that's another one. Could be. But, confirmed, one Ark Royal class aircraft carrier. That is a 30,000 ton ship right there, so... Whoa, that destroyer just definitely turned back to torpedo us. Let's do a little emergency turn here. Maybe hit it eventually. It would be great. The range is literally 5,000 yards. That didn't... Oh, that's the Hong Kong squadron. Ah, great. Cloudy. Nor do we have too long before nightfall now. We might not be able to get another airstrike in. Yeah, you can call me Halsey if you want. Hey, wait, hold on. My carriers are perfectly fine and secure, sitting literally in Hong Kong Bay. Everything is fine. Alright. I believe we just hit Ark Royal with a missile. Oof. Where's Duncan? I don't know if that's one of the escort ones again. Oh no, it's back here. From what? Huh. Just air attack, I guess, but why launch at her and not at our whole fleet that's directly behind you, chasing you? Actually, no, I don't think so. I think we keep neglecting to do that because it's expensive. Unless I forgot about it. Did I see that somewhere here? I think probably they're not. But maybe I changed it at some point. Well, in any case, I think we've probably, it's not the... They are striking back, but they're really going for the wrong things. It's these laggardly destroyers that are getting hit. When there's 3 heavy cruisers 10,000 yards and firing on your carrier. Speaking of carrier, I don't think she's okay. I think she must have been hit by like a dozen plus missiles by now. What? Oh, there is another one. Look at that. Hermes, 101 aircraft, although possibly not converted to jet operations? Question mark? No, I think she is. I think she carried even more before she was jet operations. Oh, no, actually. She's not big enough. She's not big. That's not enough displacement for 101 jets. I have 102 jets and I'm 60,000 tons. So, you think this thing's actually flying prop planes still? That would be way worse than me leaving a few in Singapore. In any case, I think they're both dead, so it doesn't really matter. Guys, you could probably just stop. At this point, you're endangering my cruisers with your missiles. Yeah, Duncan is not okay. Well, I hope you feel better about the loss of the carriers that you launched from, guys. Yeah. Yeah. The AI, from what I can tell, does manage to build carriers pretty light by probably omitting flight deck armor. But not this light. There's no way they have 101 jets on 37,000 tons. I don't think so. Oh, in fact, you know what? Maybe it just doesn't update in the in-game. Oh, that's... Maybe that's a bug, actually, because in the encyclopedia it says 70 post-jet conversion. 101 might have been what they carried before jet conversion, and then 70 after. Maybe it doesn't update right in the actual battle screen. I don't know why it would pull from a different place, but yeah. That's what I'm suspecting right now. Yeah. I don't know. 70 on 70? It might have an armored flight deck if it is 70 on 37,000 tons. It's still a lot, though, so I'm not sure. Okay, well, there go their light cruisers. Useless light cruisers. What is this garbage, Britain? At least it's got an ASW mortar. That could be, but I think they both have, at least according to... They only have 2. They both say 70 here. Hard to be sure. In any case, these are both dead. I guess we turn and finish off these light cruisers now. Oh, they're dead. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure there's still British ships around. There could even be more carriers around, but I don't have any inkling where they are. If so. Guys. Stop. Just stop. There is such a thing as overkill, and we've reached it. They're very dead. Missiles are expensive, you know, pilots. Did we really have to put like 50 of them into an obviously dead carrier? Oh look, we launched a bunch of torpedoes too. Probably gonna hit row with one of them. No, managed to dodge them. Good job. Okay, well, guess we're headed back this way now. What are these reports of? Do we think there is another CV up north? Could be. Alright, head north. If they had 2 battle groups, they might have split them in half when they had to run. Oh, darkness. That's unfortunate. Also, the timer's not very long. Because it's the cruiser engagement timer and not the carrier engagement timer. To be fair, we did get a nice conventional cruiser engagement right up until my aircraft showed up and flattened everyone. Alright, what are you hitting with a missile? Huh. I don't know what they found over there. Is that where I should be going? Apparently there's something there. Allegedly just a CL. I don't know. We're probably not going to find either of these units in the dark at this point, especially with the timer about to run out. I'll just head north. here. Love all my carriers just sailing around in the bay. Okay. Yeah. Now, they did have one more carrier somewhere. Not a whole lot else. That's a pretty bitter blow to Britain there. So we did lose 3 destroyers in total. USS Duncan, Smith, and Murray. Murray was hit by a diving missile from a petrel off of HMS Formidable and sank immediately from catastrophic flooding. USS Duncan was hit by one 5-inch shell, and then the real problem is she was hit by a... God damn it. Really? Okay. Was hit by 2 missiles from Baltimore's off of our own carriers and sank as a result. Classic Bismarck problem, I guess. They shot the first ships they saw while going for the location I had designated, and that was us instead of them. Let me guess, this one also, yep, hit by a missile off of USS Yorktown and sank. Well, sorry, Duncan and Smith. The pilots might have to apologize to you for those. However, we sank for those 3 destroyers, 4 destroyers, 5 light cruisers, 4 heavy cruisers, and 2 carriers. HMS Coquette was hit by no less than 4 missiles, which are pretty much the first 3 missiles or so from Baltimore's did her in. Thanks, Promane. Hope you have a good day. Coquette was hit by no less than... yeah. The 3 missiles pretty well did her in. Lookout was also hit by several missiles, yeah. Baltimore's off of Wasp and Yorktown sank her. Our airstrikes were spectacularly effective today overall. HMS Ariel hit by, well, quite a lot of 5-inch hits did her in, mostly, it looks like. I feel like she's sinking. Oh no, she's only sinking there. When'd she get hit by the missiles? Oh, over here. Well, way after she was dying already. HMS Welland was hit by a couple of missiles from Baltimore's off of Kearsarge, which sank her. What was that? That's 4. That's all, isn't it? No, that's... oh yeah, that is 4. They only lost a couple of destroyers, really, but they only had 7, so they lost over half the destroyer force. I don't know why they only brought 7. I had 25. I had less cruisers by some margin, actually. 3 heavy to 4, and 4 light to 8 total, apparently. Although I did have a battle cruiser and a battleship to make up for it. But they had 7 destroyers to 25. That's rough. Anyway, for light cruisers, they lost 5, which HMS Cordelia here is, well, useless garbage anyway, but looks like, well, a few good 5-inch hits from Houston and Louisville apparently took her radar and fire control out already, but then a destroyer off of Yorktown, a 5-inch shot from USS Mahan topples a funnel. Yeah, she was simultaneously getting attacked by ships and air attack. Marauders out of Hong Kong managed to hit her with enough missiles to finish her, it looks like. Fire, flooding, flooded to death eventually. HMS Pelorus took a couple of 9-inch, 6-inch, and 5-inch hits. And those are what did her in before the missiles ever got to her, yeah. Looks like our heavy cruisers pretty much pounded her. Mostly USS Houston. HMS Peak was hit by several 9-inch shells. Managed to decoy a couple of missiles, but did get hit by one missile off of Wasp, and then 9-inch rounds absolutely demolished her. I had a couple of 16-inch rounds and more missiles. Surely she was sinking ages before this. I missed the message, but it's somewhere way up here probably. I mean, she's a 6,400-ton ship, but still. All this 9-inch gunfire. She must have been sunk way before this, but I don't see it. Let's see here. 9-inch. Fire spreads, limits flooding, 9-inch. Oh, there it is, yeah. Before any of the missiles or 16-inch shells got to her, just a bunch of 9-inch rounds. Oh, and one missile, to be fair. HMS Apollo. Missile off of Yorktown, and then 9-inch gunfire from our heavy cruisers, and she was pretty well pulverized, yeah. 9,600 tons and only 14 5-inch guns. Some of the building decisions are just poor, yeah. HMS Terpsichore, looks like our heavy cruisers did her in pretty well with 9-inch and 5-inch rounds. Yeah, our heavy cruisers, for being pretty obsolete, actually really stood up quite nicely, even without the air support. And then they did lose 4 heavy cruisers. HMS Donegal was hit by 2 missiles from Baltimore's off of Wasp and Franklin D. Roosevelt. Plus plus got hit by a good few 16-inch rounds from Oriskany, and that pretty well finished her off. That's a heavy 10-inch gun-armed cruiser, so rather expensive. HMS Argonaut was hit by 24 missiles, because why not? Including some from our destroyers. Looks like 2 from our destroyers, yeah. And some 16-inch rounds. She was already in big trouble by the time this happened. And she was absolutely obliterated in the core of one of our airstrikes, yeah. She did not survive even the first 6, let alone the following 10 more. HMS Spartiate here launches heavy SSM at CV. No, she did not. Maybe she launched them at a CA or something. Looks like she actually managed to dodge all the air attacks impressively, but was nonetheless done in mainly by 9-inch gunfire and a couple of 16-inch thereafter. Now, she actually got away and sailed for another 4 hours before flooding finally finished her off, but almost made it. And HMS Carnarvon here of the same class, 16-inch, several missiles, Baltimore's off of Wasp and one off of Franklin D. Roosevelt, and fires proceeded to range out of control after confused crew mismanages equipment. And then HMS Formidable and Ark Royal, it says 70 here too, so I think it's probably 70, and they are using jets. 35 missiles and 33 16-inch shells. And they really failed to launch for most of the battle because of me being too close to them, apparently. Yeah, the first couple of missiles off of Kearsarge, radar gone, probably launch capability, conflagration among fueled aircraft, and fires out of control all of less than 10 minutes later. And everything else after that was just overkill. And HMS Ark Royal, 25 missiles, which, look, the very first missile off of Kearsarge took out all electrical power and ignited a fire. And then started another fire from the next missile. And then took out more electrical power. And that one was at the waterline, and conflagration among fueled aircraft, and yeah, she actually sank from flooding before she sank from fire. But most of what happened was terrible overkill. Okay, so yeah. 2 carriers down, along with some various cruisers. I would say that Britain straight up did not have a good time there. All it cost us was what? 3 destroyers? Technical data system reduces report delay, allows missile launches at targets spotted by other ships. That's nice. And we sunk the submarine SSM Cyrene. Nice. And the Austrians sank the destroyer Vauban in the Indian Ocean. 2 of our submarines failed to return from patrol. Well, they're rather obsolete, to be fair. I guess we could build SSMs now. Even with only building 2 Pueblos, we're losing money. That's a shame. But, yeah, the British fleet, they only had 7 carriers. Well, they had 9 carriers. Now they have 7. They also did just lose a pretty significant proportion of heavy and light cruisers of their total. In fact, their fleet plunges to well behind France's and is barely bigger than Japan's at this point. Given how weak their carrier force is at this point, they'd probably lose to Japan in a war, although maybe their battlecruisers could make up for it. Anyway, that should certainly help out with our invasion of Kwangchuan. Somehow I don't think they're gonna do this, huh? Enemy coastal raid in support of land combat. Okay. Well, we have the light cruisers Fresno, Charleston, and Amsterdam, all, well, no, 2 Galveston class. Amsterdam, of course, is the Cincinnati that's still hanging out, getting one last, oh, and there's, Cedro Woolley, Peoria, and one other, too. So we got at least, I don't know if those are, I think those aren't under our direct control, yeah, but they're around if we need reinforcements. As are a bunch of destroyers. Sorted. Peoria, South Haven, and Central Woolley. Okay. Radar contact, huh? No, that's not hostile. That's just destroyers. Yeah. I don't know. Hopefully, there's no airbase at Danang, unfortunately. It's the one area where there's one at Kamran Bay and there's one at Dan Hoa, but there's not one here. Oh, that being said, apparently we're in range of the airbase at Dan Hoa because that's a destroyer report. Hopefully it's actually an enemy destroyer and not one of our destroyers. It's probably one of our destroyers, honestly. Dang. A lot of other ships, the support force is just cruising along with us at the moment. Yep, now it's going the other way. Ah, radar contact. Let's get some speed up, eh? Okay, well, whatever it is, we're shooting at it. Hey, lads. Give it to him. Okay. I doubt we actually hit with that many missiles, but I'm guessing whatever that lead ship is, it's not okay now. So let's do a hard turn. Yeah. You can probably tell, by the way, that ship is continuing to barrel out of control towards us. And is now spinning in circles, stationary, and eating torpedoes that it did not like that missile salvo too much. Well, I don't know what the other one is, but, what's this other one? Oh, okay. Just in case that's another hostile, let's save our missiles for a moment. Okay, confirmed that's a Rainbow-class light cruiser. Not one of their most impressive, although they don't have any that are that great, I don't think. 6,500 tonner with 6.6-inch guns. Never had much chance in a fair fight against us anyway. Okay, I don't know what this is, but it just took a lot of 6-inch gunfire from our battle line here. Oh, and the support force is missiling it. Excellent. It's dead. Okay. At least it's stationary. Let's turn and go for the other things. I'm getting a sense that compared to Britain and France, we might be just a little ahead in overall tech and fleet strength at this point. Like, we have way more missile-armed ships than anybody else at this point. For one thing. Alright, stop shooting the Rainbow-class cruisers. She's so dead. That's a Corvette. Okay. So what we were dealing with here... We took slight damage to 2 destroyers. Apparently their coastal raid consisted of a Corvette and 2 light cruisers. Somehow the Corvette lasted longest out of that. Which, rather impressive, honestly. 4 missile hits. And she still lasted quite a while. 2,000 tons. The light cruisers were actually British. HMS Indefatigable was hit by a whole bunch of 6-inch gunfire from mostly Fresno, actually, even though all 3 of them were together, but mostly Fresno, and proceeded to pretty much die, even before Cedro Woolley hit her with a missile. That said, she did technically sink afterwards, but I think the 6-inch hits were pretty much what did her in. And HMS Spartan here was pulverized by our initial missile launch. Took at least 4 hits right then and there. Was immediately detached due to heavy damage and severely on fire, and shortly sank after a few more 6-inch rounds. So yeah, poor this squadron, maybe a victim of poor intelligence. I don't know. But it's 2 light cruisers that just blundered into 6 larger and more modern light cruisers with 19 destroyers supporting them. So they never, I mean, obviously they never had the slightest chance. Poor bastards. Ah, medium surface-to-air missile mounts. That's nice. Those will be a lot more compact than the heavy ones we've got now. And the French have been repelled from Annam, and we are invading Kwangchuan. However, we've lost garbage lighter number 4, so the war's as good as lost. Oof, and Yorktown's hit a mine, and we've lost patrol boat number 11. Yeah, all that being said, that staggering defeat of a coastal raid, plus the repulsion of the invasion, plus our invasion of Kwangchuan, plus the fact that Britain and France between them have 1 carrier here, along with a bunch of cruisers, but not particularly more cruisers than us. They're in big, big trouble. This war is going really badly for them. I even have enough money that I can resume construction of a couple more pueblos now. Lost a couple merchants. Austria-Hungary is at war with Britain as well. People are re-equipping with the Hellcat and the Destroyer at a pretty good rate. Sprague's been promoted by Rear Admiral. Oh, you know what? It's Sprague. Which I think I said before, too, but I was thinking Sprance. But it is Sprague. That's different. I mean, the historical guy is Sprance. That guy is Sprague. And I did think when I called it out before that I read Sprague, but then thought Sprance. Anyway. Okay, Britain now has 7 carriers here, so we're poised for a bit of a fight at least. That being said, I'm going to leave off here for now, 12 months into the war. Thank you everybody very much for watching. Let me know if you got any particular comments about the new setup or anything. There will hopefully be a vlog about it pretty soon if I get around to editing the footage. I hope you all have a nice day. This is Sea Lord Jenda, signing off.